All right. Well, it is officially 8:03, and I want to welcome you guys to our membership meeting. It's a great chance for us to get caught up on different things and kind of ideate and work with each other on what the needs are as we hit into the next quarter. And I just really want to say thank you for those who are able to participate today and join us as we go in and talk about the things that have happened since the last time we met. When I saw our notes, it was April, y'all. And then talk about what we have coming up here in the near future in this next quarter as we head to finish out the year of 2025. And for us, what it does for us, for those that don't know, Diversity in Aquatics, our fiscal year goes to August 31st and starts on September 1st, because we follow much like a school cycle, that year cycle, as many aquatic agencies do in this realm, that we finish out with our summer season and then begin in the fall. But I know where everybody's joining from, but we do have some new guests on here, and we've expanded our Diversity Aquatics family as we've gone throughout. So I would like to, I know I'm putting her on the spot. Isabella, do you want to say hi to our crew?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Isabella Fountain. I am a Howard alum, class of 2024. I studied sports medicine and minored in psychology, and I'm originally from New York. So I'm very happy to join you guys tonight.
Awesome. And yes, Bella is helping us. If you've seen our expansion on our social media, Bella is helping us out with all of that. So you'll be seeing her face more often through our social media as we go through many of these programs that are happening this year, and doing the celebrating each of our different things that are happening, which I know our aquatic chairs are going to bring. But let's go ahead and get us going for our membership meeting. If you haven't yet, please make sure to follow us, because all of our information is on our socials and will be through our website. We're really happy to announce that we'll be launching our new website in September. And so with that, you'll be able to find a source of information through our website and that new update as we go through. But we always start with our land acknowledgements whenever we do our membership meeting. And I just want to take a moment to say that this land is not ours. We are sitting on sacred land, each of us in our different spaces. As we go throughout this, something important for us as we go through, to make sure that we acknowledge the land that we are and our ancestrals in which we are growing upon. And so just taking a moment, if you haven't yet and done so, if you haven't looked up where what land you're on, or if you're visiting in a new place, it's important that just take a moment and look up where you're at and whose land you are standing on at that moment. And there's a great website that we always like to reference, our friends at native-land.ca, which has a vast amount of resources in that realm. Okay. Next is our mindful moment, and I know I'm putting him on the spot. Either I know Julia from our Wellness Council or Thaddeus Gamry, also from our Wellness Council. We always take a moment when we do our meetings to have a mindful moment in unity. We have busy lives. I know many of you wear many different hats as we do this work with diversity in aquatics. You're not just an aquatics director or a council lead or a coach or an instructor or a certifier. You are wearing so many different hats. So we want to just take a moment and to just take a breath and be unified as we celebrate each other in this space. And so I'm going to ask either Thaddeus or Miss Julia to join, to lead us in our mindful moment.
I don't mind leading this time unless Julia would like to. Is she here? Julia?
You're fine, Thaddeus.
Okay, thank you. So like you said, Dr. Lynch, taking a moment by just noticing our breath gives us an opportunity to connect to this space at this time with these people, with our community, and with ourselves. By taking a deeper breath and noticing our breathing right now gives us a little brief respite from the busyness of getting here to be on this meeting. So I invite you to breathe in your nose, allowing your belly to rise, and breathe out your mouth. Breathe in your nose, breathe a little deeper to the bottom of the lungs, allowing the belly to rise. Breathe out your mouth, long and full. Allow the belly to fall. Breathe in your nose, and you can think here as you breathe in. Breathe out your mouth, and you can think now as you breathe out. Breathe in and think here. Breathe out and think now. Breathe in here. Breathe out now. Here. Now. Here. Now. Continue breathing in the here and now, breathing in your nose and out your mouth. Taking a moment with this community practice of self-care. Even though we're 1,000 miles away, it provides an opportunity for us to connect with ourselves, with one another, having more patience, compassion, and calm. And if any thoughts come and distractions, let them come and let them go, and bring your attention back to your breath, breathing in the here. Now. Breathe in here. Now. As we begin to close this mindful practice, feeling gratitude for the short time we spent in quiet and in support of one another for our self-care, we can now take 3 deep cleansing breaths, breathing in deep through our nose and exhale fully through our mouths. Breathe in deep Exhale full. One more. Breathe in deep. Exhale full. If your eyes were closed, open them. If you need to stretch or wiggle your toes, please do so. And thank you, Dr. Lynch, for letting me lead this mindful practice. And I hope it was as calming as it was for you, as it actually was for me too. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Thaddeus, for that. We needed that. I know for myself, as we were getting back into the school year, it is nice to have this space to be able to be with one another, even though we're from all different locations, and to be able to do what the water does for many of us is that it calms us, it communes us together, and then also helps us to be able to do so many things. So thank you, Thaddeus, for leading that moment. For those that just joined, we have just started our membership meeting. And for those who are new to us at Diversity in Aquatics, I am pleased to be here with each of you. We do this once a quarter. It is called our membership meetings, where we get a chance to connect and talk and think tank with one another as we are in different areas across the globe, because I just saw somebody that is all the way from New Zealand joining us here. And discuss what's important in aquatics. And so I want to start off with a little just question that you can start putting into the chat, because it had me thinking as we start the school year, asking your why. And many times our why is because we're inspired by something or someone that connected us to aquatics. And I'll start with mine. Mine is my parents. For those that don't know, I actually learned to swim in a different country. And that is what inspires me in the field of aquatics. And I'll give you guys a few moments to think about that question and your who or what inspired you to get involved in aquatics. You can put your answers in the chat. To thinking about, as we think about all the things that we do, it all centers in our inspiration, our why in this spot. So go ahead in your chat. You can put in, it might have been a coach. It might have been a sibling. It might have been an event. It might have been a friend. But who or what inspired you to get to aquatics? I love this. My first swim coach and my mom. Thank you, Dr. Quash, for sharing that. That is truly inspiring. Coaches have such a great influence on us. And, you know, many of us are still connected, and we're fortunate to be connected to our coaches. Many of us are coaches because of our coaches. We had great coaches. And more. Oh, here we go. Love of water from my father. Oh, I love this. This is coming back to families. We have moms, we have fathers who have inspired, and grandparents and aunts. Oh, your daughter. I love that. Oh, and Nesty, I love this. Shark researchers and scuba divers on Shark Week. Oh, amazing. Bob Troutman, yes. Oh, such an inspiration for so many, and what being done in New York for swimming. One of the oldest teams in New York. Yes. The feeling of just being in the water is inspiring. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think this is something important. One thing that we've been talking about at school is that when things get tough, what inspires you, what continues through the toughness, because we know that in this world of aquatics, and especially our environment, we know we are challenged so many times that we are not only just a coach, we're an educator, we are an advocate, we are a budgeter, we're doing these things, but what inspires you every day to do that and more. And there are so many different ways to be in that space, and just remembering our inspiration as we go throughout the year. And I appreciate each of you sharing what inspires you as we connect in our community. For today, here is our agenda. Today, we're going to go through, each of our councils have updates for each of you as members, talking about some partners and program highlights, and ways that you can get involved. We have quite a few events coming up in this next quarter that are happening as soon as September on some things that we're doing. And then we'll close out the night together before we go all off. So our network, I am just so admired by our network and the work that is being done to educate, support, promote, but also empower. I could not do this alone without the help of so many different people that are involved with diversity in aquatics to make these milestones happen. And first of all, I do want to say thank you to our board. If you did not know, we have a board, and these are our members of our board for diversity in aquatics that work behind the scenes silently and help us do the business that's involved with aquatics. Along with them, we want to acknowledge our board emeritus in which we are founded. Recently, we lost a very dear friend of ours who was board emeritus, Arthur Lopez. Arthur Lopez was a dear friend of our organization, helped to found our organization, and developed the structure that we have been growing from. A huge advocate for water safety, but not only water safety, but for people and for communities. And he is called Professor Arthur Lopez from the University of Indiana, Bloomington. Oh,
Indiana University, Bloomington.
Yes. Correct me, alumna. Correct me, Dr. Quash. Yes. But also a dear friend of Dr. Quash as well, and mentor, and almost a father figure for many of us as we've gone throughout our years. And so I just like to recognize him and his family and his two daughters, his wife, Dee, and send our thoughts and prayers to them as they go through this next journey with the guidance of Arthur, maybe not physically, but always he will be in our hearts as we go throughout. So if you would join me now for a moment of silence in honor of Arthur. Thank you. Also, I want to acknowledge our staff members who work behind the scenes, some of whom are here today that have helped us to shape the different programs and even grow our programs at Diversity in Aquatics. We have Thaddeus Gamry, who is on the line with us. We've got our two social media. We have Ryan and Bella, who are both on the line with us. We have also our Director of Education Positions and Grants, Dr. Angela Beal, who's with us. And then we have our Director of Expansion and Development, Ms. Terry Friedland, who has joined us this last year and has helped us tremendously to go. And all those emails, if you ever wondered who was behind the info at Diversity in Aquatics emails, that's Miss Kelsey Robeson, and has been a great source of help for us in guiding us and getting many things done as a part of our organization. So kudos to our staff members as a part of our organization. But now I'm going to turn it over to the heart of our organization, which is our aquatic councils, to whom create the bridge between what is happening nationally and locally. And so with that, I want to turn over to them so that they can give their report on all the things happening in their aquatic area. I'm going to start by Alpha with our first council, which is the Adapted Council. And I know she's joining us all the way. I think she's still on from Thailand and just gave a TED Talk, but I don't want to steal her thunder. Miss Adrienne Wesley. She was just on earlier. And I'm sure she might be coming back. It is 11 hours ahead there. So I know I saw her earlier on here, and I'm sure she'll join in as we go. Next, I believe who's on is our Research Council, Dr. Quash.
Hey, everybody. I was looking for Dr. Angel Adil Tawfiq as well. So I know that, people are very anxious about this special issue. So we are still trying to pull it off, I guess you could say. But we definitely we're closer than we were before. We had a couple of hiccups, but we are on its way for it to be hopefully out to the rest of everybody, that everybody can be able to have access to seeing what everybody has written. But yeah, I think we're looking forward to this, our fourth special issue with Ajari. And then we have Dr. Beal. Are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I can't see you.
Okay.
Oh, there you are. And then should we talk about the pools project?
Oh, no. So we, no, that's going well. We have a lot going on. Some news in terms of grants. We just received a next level grant from the South Jersey Institute of Population Health, which is reconnecting with water with the Lenni Lenape and tribal, the Lenni Lenape and Tidewater people. And so we're looking forward to hopefully moving forward with that. And then just all really the Research Council has been active in terms of course, with our ongoing efforts at attaining grants and supporting our national efforts still with the National Water Safety, the National Water Safety Council that actually created, as we know, the National Water Safety Action Plan. And if those of you who have not been made aware, the CDC, as we like to congratulate those of you partners who may have actually received the CDC grant. We're really excited. Not all of us did, but we still also would like to acknowledge actually Ms. Candace Tucker down in good old Houston, Texas, for going and stepping in that space, going for it with us. As we said, we walk with you in these efforts, but we celebrate all of you with your successes and encourage us to push on. And just some news also, if you had seen it, NPR did just release some unfortunate news that although the CDC is trying, right, to stay true with its initiative to identify, the statistics around drowning in our country. The NPR reported that they're becoming more skittish than ever. So just to we want to let you know that we are doing our best to stay in contact with our national partners to let them know we are still doing our work and we understand what it is to stand in courage. And that we will continue to do these efforts. So our key word with diversity in aquatics is collaboration, and we are think tanking, what that looks like as we move forward with our initiatives. We also, at our upcoming HBCU festival, and the Battle at the Burr, we look forward to seeing you all there, where we are working with our community resource partners and continuing to build out the efforts around our collaboration with the as we discussed at our last meeting, the recent funding, and we're grateful for leading that with one of our board members, Mr. Cullen Jones, the award from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. So continue to know that Diversity in Aquatics is doing this work. We also are supportive in terms of the great work that is going on across our country, right? Our especially with when we look at celebrating those of you who are going back into areas like returning to Florida, Thaddeus, leading down there with the drowning stats, unfortunately going to higher levels. And so we at the Research Council, remembering, want you to remain encouraged, and we want you to think about what opportunities that you have, whether it be for grant funding, supporting you in your program efforts, or more ideas you might have to lead the way. And we are here to support you. And that is, I think, all that I have to say.
Yeah, I definitely want to echo what Dr. Beal Tawfiq has mentioned. You know, I know that some people have gone out for grants, and just know that we're here for you to utilize us and our knowledge. And I know that Dr. Beal Tawfiq has definitely applied for grants in the past and has gotten them. And so just please be aware that we are here for you and for the membership. And that's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much, ladies, for that update. I'm going to turn it now over to the Scuba Council.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anesti Vega, and I am the Scuba Council Chair here at Diversity in Aquatics. I am originally from Oakland, California. That's where my home and heart is, but I am currently in Florida, attending school and teaching both at the Florida Institute of Technology, where I run a scuba program and teach independently as well. Some updates that we have going on. As Dr. Lynch mentioned, we are right into the mix of the fall semester in week 2 here. And things are off to a great start, as usual in the fall, especially with incoming freshmen and new graduate students. There's a huge interest and influx of people into the scuba program. We actually had our very first meeting of the semester earlier this evening, and we reserved the largest auditorium hall on campus and still had about 60 to 70 people in standing room only. Every seat was filled. And so that's always a huge plus. Do all of those people stick around throughout the semester and the year? Not always, but just to have that interest and the opportunity to be able to touch them with information about aquatics, about scuba, and to say you don't have to do it here, you can go anywhere, but just to be able to set that precedence of emphasizing safety and quality of instruction wherever they go is a big deal, to be able to work with that many people in a small amount of time like that. So very excited about that. We actually have our first event scheduled next week. We're fortunate enough to have a pool on campus, the Clemente Center pool. We have 2 sections of it, a shallow end that is about 4.5 to 5 feet deep. I think 5 feet deep altogether at its deepest. And then we have another section for our competitive swimming that goes to about 10, 12 feet, I believe. And our first event is a combo. This is the first time we've ever done this, where we're holding 2 events essentially at the same time. In the shallow end, we have myself and a couple of instructors that are coming in and doing what's called a tri-scuba session. and we've opened up funding for 32 slots for 32 individuals to be able to come in, and not for certification, but to just kind of don the scuba gear, get a feel for how it works, and get a briefing on some of the fundamentals of diving, and just to be able to try it out in 5 feet of water, and just to kind of have an experience with it, and to determine if that's something that they would like to pursue in the future, is training to be able to become an independent diver, to be able to go out without the supervision of an instructor to go diving, and either shore diving or boat charters or whatever the case may be. And so 32 slots. At our meeting tonight, we filled 20 of those slots already out of the 32. So it's going to be a pretty big event. On the other side is going to be underwater game night. It's a concept that I invented. I hadn't seen anything else like it previously. I invented it about 5 years ago, and it's not like hugely grand idea, but I just hadn't seen it before, where we just get on scuba gear, go down to the bottom of the pool, and play games. So we have waterproof Uno cards and playing cards. We sink a table with some weights down at the bottom, and it's just an awesome time on scuba at the bottom of the pool, just playing games. We have like a whole tic-tac-toe board that we lay out over the side, and we spruced it up. I've got all kinds of like underwater LED light pucks that I would drop down that flash, so it's like a nice little underwater rave down there, because it can get dark as it's at night too. And like little gems and plastic, sea creatures and stuff, just all strewn about for decorations, and just make it a whole thing. And then for those who, to make it as inclusive as possible, for those who aren't interested in getting in the water at all, whether they want to try scuba because they're not certified yet, or do the underwater game night if they're already certified, we'll have music and games and food above deck as well, just for them to be in proximity to kind of again be inclusive, and be respectful of everybody's comfort level and relationship with the water, and to be able to help still kind of bring them in proximity to kind of help build healthier relationships with that proximity. So we've got all activities for anybody and everybody to come through next Thursday on campus. Unfortunately, limited to students based on the funding, but it's an excellent opportunity to get a taste of what we have, and to kick the semester off with a huge bang. So excited about that. Unfortunately, for liability reasons, we still are unable to provide training directly through the university and through the scuba program. But I myself, as an instructor, and a few other dive shops, are present to be able to answer any questions about where they might be able to get training independently. So that's always kind of a bummer for a lot of the individuals who attend that first orientation meeting. A work in progress, a lot of advocacy happening behind the scenes to be able to get scuba courses accredited and on the student course catalog in the future is still ongoing there. But it's going to be a really fun time. We have a number of events planned throughout the semester, including freshwater grottos. If people have some, an aversion to the ocean, but still want to, be able to snorkel, swim, free dive, and conduct scuba training, or undergo scuba training, and have that be a segue. So that's one of the cool, unique things about Florida, is these freshwater springs that we have to be able to go dive in as well. So it doesn't always have to take place in the ocean for training and certification. Ideally, I would like to, and eventually kind of segue into the ocean once their comfort level builds. But yeah, we have a number of events. Other than that, we have a special project that I'm working on with the Underwater Technology Laboratory in my role there. So to kind of back up, my role there is both as a student and as an instructor. I teach scientific diving there. Weirdly, we do have a scientific diving program, but the prerequisites that include open water and advanced open water are not offered. So students have to find that training independently outside of the university to qualify for our scientific diving program. So I teach that along with other courses in practical field research, such as seamanship, tying knots, basic seamanship first aid and CPR, and maritime navigation, things of that nature, what to do if you're lost at sea, survival skills of that nature, how to navigate back, without any technology, things that I teach there as well. So So a lot of students I have a lot of rapport with. But at the Underwater Technology Laboratory, I am also an engineer and build ROVs and AUVs. And through that work, I put a team together where members of the UTL and the Scuba Club overlap. Those individuals, we put a team together to build out a platform that can be towed by a large jet ski. So think of like a 2-person jet ski. And if you've ever seen like big wave surfing out in like Monterey, California, or Big Sur, these are similar kind of like safety platforms that are towed by jet skis. We'd like to be able to have a platform that can deploy divers. So a platform light enough to be towed, but heavy duty enough to store tanks and BCDs and gear, to be able to go out and drop a small anchor on from the jet ski and put up a dive flag and go diving off that jet ski. So when we talk about accessibility to scuba diving and the number one barrier being cost, we're working on that front, but also to make scuba diving itself, once someone is certified, accessible as possible as well, because there's not a lot of great shore diving in Florida. We have a very long shelf geographically, and you can go out for miles and miles and miles and still be in 5 feet of water in certain areas, especially on the west coast of Florida. And so, and boat charters are quite expensive. And as much as I want to go diving, I would go broke in a heartbeat if I got on a boat charter and paid that fee every time I wanted to go diving. And so, something like this could make scuba diving and access to certain sites like a lot more accessible by jet ski, especially here around Florida. So it's just one of those engineering projects, at the intersection of science, engineering, and accessibility advocacy for scuba diving that we're working on as well. So that's an exciting project that we're working on. That's probably going to take the entire academic year to May, and which is when I graduate. So hopefully this project will be done by then. And that's all the local updates I have for now. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of other updates. I've been a bit out of touch. As many of you know, I've had some personal family member matters to attend to and have been out of touch. And so, the start of the semester allows me to kind of get reconnected with folks and touch base. I know quite a few reached out, and I apologize, and I will be following up soon. But we have a number of other updates here in the next few months from some of our partner organizations. Oh, one quick update is my good friend and colleague, Andrea Williams, who is the president of the National Association of Black Scuba Divers. Finally, and I'm embarrassed to say it took this long within our industry for her to be inducted into the Women Divers Hall of Fame. I nominated her 3 years ago, and when I worked with her back at BIMS, and she is her nomination now has finally been accepted after all this time, and the induction ceremony will be happening at DEMA in Orlando this year. DEMA is the largest scuba diving convention in the world, and it alternates city to city, mostly Las Vegas to Orlando and back and forth. But it will be in Orlando in November this year, and the induction ceremony will be happening. So that's exciting, and congratulations to her. Very well deserved. Like I said, I nominated her myself, and excited to see that hard work being recognized. So that's all the updates I have. Thank you, guys.
That's amazing. And way to finish it out with that nomination. I know she's done a lot of work, and you've done a lot of work with her. So kudos, please send kudos to her. And if you have a blurb, we'd love to give her a shout out as well. You have a question, Dr. Angela Beal-Tafik.
Oh, you're muted, Dr. Beal.
You're still on mute.
Staying strong. I was saying, wait, great to see you back, Anesti.
I saw the visual excitement.
I was all there.
I feel the energy.
See, members, this is what we do. I just remembered with that, the idea of accessibility. Thank you so much, Anesti, for what you do and standing at this time with all of us, in this moment in time to continue to stand strong. I'd like to, I forgot the Adaptive Council, and I know Adrian, who is in, Thailand, is it? Wow, way far away. We did want to share that Diversity in Aquatics did complete a co-sponsorship with Campabilities just this past August. And we really wanted to let you know the Adapted Council was very successful. I'm just trying to get back to my notes here. There were so many messages. We actually had the opportunity to certify. Campabilities is a camp that we collaborate with at University of Delaware in the summers. And just this past summer, we completed, and I'm trying to find the message. I might have to come back on with it, but because we actually had our wonderful numbers that we just certified students or participants with a general water safety certificate. And it was a great celebration, a week long, where students were engaged in physical activity and aquatic activity. And so I will have to share those numbers. Oh, here we go. Yes, the message is from Dr. Monica Lepore. She wanted to thank DIA for helping to sponsor the aquatic program at Campabilities Delaware through the Centennial Programming Initiative that we do with the American Red Cross. We were actively a part. Of the campers, they had 25 children in the camp, and in which 22 of the children who were blind or visually impaired achieved their general water safety certificate, and an additional 8 achieved their water safety certificate. So we were really excited about that with our Aquatics Council. Thank you so much for the work you guys do.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Beal, for that update. I did see Adrian come in, but I think with connections, she wasn't able to stay on, but thank you for doing that report for the Adapted Council. And we give a big round of applause for Dr. Monica Lepore for that work, to hear the numbers and the amount of youth that were impacted is amazing. So thank you for that.
And then I also remember one more. We also did 3 under our Centennial programming. Yay! At University of Pennsylvania with our collaboration. I got my notes going with the Netter Center here in Philadelphia. We, through our Centennial programming, we certified over 50 teachers and counselors with first aid and CPR under our Centennial programming. And we had over 100 participants in our that achieved the general water safety certificate. Sorry, it took me a minute to find that.
Oh, good. So many things are happening in this realm. And so thank you, Dr. Beal, for updating us, and Nessie as well, on those updates. I want to turn it over now to our swimming council, if Miss Candace is on, to give updates for our swimming council.
Hello guys, how are you? I'm not as quite active yet as everybody else, so mine won't be as long, but we are doing some things. We are in the works. We are partnered with Harris County Health down here. We finally started the initiative, the Water Safety by Any Means. So we have done 2 apartment complexes where we went and we offered 2 hours of free lessons to anybody who could come, and also having a talk about water safety, how you watch the kids around water, what are the best practices and the safest practices for the kids in the water and as designated watchers in the water. So I was super excited about that because I have been thinking about it for about 2 years. And even though it started late this summer, we did partner with Harris County Health. And we are working on also partnering with the city of Houston to cover more apartment complexes coming for next summer. So hopefully that program will take off largely. Now I have the time to get it done. So I now have fully stepped in the role at Johnny Means Aquatics, and that is the only thing that I'm doing as head coach and founder of Johnny Means Aquatics. So I have a lot of work to do, and that's where we're at right now. We have started working on our biggest event, which is our Water Safety Day. And we're actually looking to start a program where we're doing multiple water safety days throughout the year. So that's one of our steps as well this year, is just not just focusing on May, having small water safety days throughout the year to get people prepared for that, and to pull people into the program to get them swimming and learning to swim and however far they want to go. Um, so International Water Safety Day. And I want to say that that is pretty much it. When you did mention the Hall of Fame, so Coach Means, Johnny Means is who I named the team after. He is being inducted into TSU's Hall of Fame. He's already a Texas Hall of Famer, but he will be inducted in October, which is really cool, and I'm excited about that. Oh, and we're also expanding as a team. We're expanding to the north side. It's not um, a big expansion just yet. We know as aquatic people that finding pool space is challenging, um, and expensive. Um, so I did find a outdoor pool for now that has allowed us to grow. So we're super excited about being able to service more um, underserved swimmers and allowing them the chance to join the aquatic world of and do their thing and be trained with people that they look like.
Awesome. Awesome. No, and so much, especially because of the numbers in Houston, that area between Houston, especially Houston and Texas overall, and Florida and California, and Arizona. Those are our highest drowning rates. And to hear programs like what Candace is doing, and so many people in Texas are doing, is so very important to expanding access in, near, and around the water to be safer. So thank you for that as well, Candace. And just something to add to hers is that just this last weekend, we partnered with Howard University, our HBCUs, and provided a water safety instructor class through the American Red Cross. We're looking to do more classes like this. This was started originally down in Florida, where we saw there was a need for more lifeguards, and expanding that programming. So we worked with trainers and developed water lifeguarding classes originally in Florida. And then just recently at Howard University, we certified 10 people with their water safety instructor certifications. And people came from Florida, Detroit, and we had a couple from Maryland that were certified right there at Howard. And a big shout out to NSU, Norfolk State, Robeson White, for helping to conduct that class over the weekend. And everybody passed. So big help to that, meaning that we have more certified instructors in that space.
So now I'm thinking about it. We talked about you having somebody to send to me.
Mm-hmm.
I do have 6, depending on how much they're charging. Because I have my kids that I have working as co-instructors that I want to go ahead and get them certified. So we can talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, that goes for our membership, since you guys are on the call for this time, is that if there is a need, again, what we try to do is 6 people. We have people who are instructors who have gone through the training with diversity in aquatics. Dr. Beal Tafiq is one of the trainers. And it does come where we are able to supply that need. We also have Robeson White. That's a trainer that helps us out with making sure, especially in places that's a need. Candace is describing in Houston, there's a need to make more water safety instructors in Houston. And that's something that we are able to do. Oh, yay. Come on, Tanika. I love that. Yes.
And I'm sorry. Angela, I need to talk with you. So after this meeting, if you have time, can we get on the phone?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Candace, for that. And thank you, Tanika, for that, to be able to be a WSI trainer as well. Other news we have, since we were talking about HBCUs and giving a shout out, I think I saw Coach Danny on the line, and Coach Danny giving updates on events for HBCU Council. HSU, HB, sorry, my words, y'all. HBCU, HSI, and Tribal Council.
So good evening, everyone. Pardon my tardiness. Yeah, an update that I do have is that we will be having our HBCU swim meet on September 20th. That's a Saturday starting at noon. We do have Norfolk State and Howard Swim Club confirmed. It's going to be hosted at Coppin State University. So I want to get as much information about that. I know it's short notice. We actually just started our semester on Monday. So if anyone else is coming from any schools or just swim club, you're welcome to join. I'll make sure I put that information um, out through diversity and aquatics. It's going to be like a dual meet style swim meet. I have a lot of beginner swimmers. Coach Dion does as well. And so we'll be doing, 25s, 50s, 100s, 200 relays, nothing too critical. We just want to get the students engaged and realize that they can compete on their own level. So I had my first interest meeting today. I had about 13 students turn out, a couple more that couldn't make it, but they do say that they're interested. So we're going to start our practices in the week after next. With that being said, I'm also working on a club swimming scholarship with some of the funding that I'm receiving from the College Bound Foundation. So I want to do something innovative and offer scholarship funding for club swimmers to kind of start to build a recruitment pipeline to get more of a serious team. So that's something that I'm working on. I'll let everyone know how it goes. I do have a connection to a couple of tribal organizations in the Midwest and particularly South Dakota that has interest in water safety. So I've connected working with some wives out there. I'll have some more updates on the tribal council side as those connections unfold. But I do have made some inroads with some of our folks in the Lakota tribe in South Dakota. So those are my updates. I'll pause there for any questions.
Amazing, Danny, Coach Danny, and what the work is being done. And big kudos also, just a more background, because I know he's very humble with it. He's also being supportive to Morgan State, which is our next HBCU that we're looking to support and bringing back aquatic programming with. So that gives us 9 HBCUs, y'all. 9, I think we're almost at the 10 HBCUs now that have a water safety champion or an aquatic director or an aquatic programming at them. I just got a report from Grambling this morning, and I need to forward that on to you, Danny, of the work being done there since the partnership and grant program from USA Swimming that we're a part of is that that supports HBCUs to starting a aquatic program or sustaining aquatic programming, and is a great resource for getting swimming back to our schools. I'm going to turn it over now to the Thomas Span Wellness Council for our last aquatic council update, I believe.
Thank you, Dr. Lynch, and good to hear all the good news going on. I'll try to be as quick as possible. Wellness Council is something that actually it touches all councils, and it overlaps where we create wellness experiences even for the Triathlon Council. I was recently in Atlanta with Dr. Bev, Coach Bev, with the Atlanta Tri-Sisters doing a swim. It was a clinic, and it was titled, what's the title here? and it was at Lake Altoona in Georgia, and it was called Fitness, Fun, and Wellness. And we did some blue mindfulness, some Pilates, some yoga, and they're actually coming to Florida on November 15th. They're going to join us at the Rise Up Summit. And here's how the triathlon work and the Wellness Council overlap, is that they want to come down here and do an open water swim event. It's called the Ocean Man. It's a Ironman new branding of open water swimming, and it's the first in the U.S. It's global, and they're doing it in Miami. The Ocean Man. So if you can imagine, Ironman was a corporate branding of triathlon, the ultra distance triathlon, and they took it to a whole nother level. Ocean Man is doing the same thing. The Atlanta Tri-Sisters and Swim Bike Run for Life, a group of them are coming to Florida because they enjoyed the blue mindfulness experience we had in Atlanta so much, and in Grenada, by the way. They also go to Grenada with us. So they are coming to Florida on November 15th weekend. And we had a great time. The Wellness Council also has been doing a collection of in-water. I'm getting certified for I Chi, which is a Tai Chi in the water, and I'm going through the training, and I need to practice. So I've had Nikki, I've had Melissa, and we have a new member, and she's from the DMV, who's a swimmer, and she lives in Florida, and she joined us in the pool. We were in Cooper City, we were in Miramar, we were at the LA Fitness, and now we might be going to some other pools. Also, the Diversity Aquatics Masters Swim and Triathlon Club on Saturday mornings with Norman and Nicole. It's growing, and there's more adults joining. It's an adult learn to swim program, and that's part of the wellness. And finally, Black Girls Run are back in the water with us. One of them brought her husband, who's a veteran and a firefighter. And when he got in the water, he was so calm and relaxed that he went home and slept through the night, and was the first time in years that he slept through the night. Years. And so we had Nikki in the water, we had Melissa in the water, and we have some new folks. I was also interviewed, and I'll close on this, by a new television channel in Florida, in Broward County or Southeast Florida, Paradise TV. I was interviewed about diversity in aquatics, blue mindfulness, and I was interviewed at the historically Black beach at Don B. Mizell, Eula Johnson Clark, and the host said she was not comfortable in the water. We continued filming at a pool, and we captured her in the pool, learning how to relax and be filmed. And it's actually it's already what are you, streaming television show? It's one of those where it's streaming, and it's on now actually. Let's see, was there anything else I left out? Wellness Council triathlon. I have started triathlon training again. I'm back on my bike, and we're planning to do St. Anthony's Triathlon with Atlanta Tri-Sisters, Swim Bike Run for Life, and Diversity Aquatics Swim and Triathlon Club in April 2026. And why the Wellness Council is integral, because getting some of the pool swimmers more relaxed and comfortable to swim in open water. Thank you for letting me share. I think anything else you want to add to that, Julia?
No, that's fine. We are seeing a greater number of people joining the Adult Learn to Swim. So it's really catching on, and we're seeing a swell of new members, and some of them are even older members, like 50 plus. So it's really good and encouraging.
Oh, I just want to add, thank you, Julia, that Arlene Connolly Drummond is on the call with the Rise Up Summit, and we are absolutely planning to get some more adults out and have an experience in some innovative ways. We're even talking about potentially there's an opportunity we may be able to connect to another high school pool that's in a historically Black neighborhood in Broward. So that's just something that just developed. And thank you, Arlene, for all your hard work.
Absolutely. I think she's still on, but Arlene, anytime you're ready to chime in, you can. And we appreciate Arlene has been, as Thaddeus says, part of the Rise Up Summit, where we did water safety there on the beach for so many years. And I know this year it is going to change its format a little bit, but still the messaging of water safety still remains the same. And we look forward to doing that with her organization in South Florida coming up in November. So look out for that as well. So thank you, Thaddeus, for all those updates and all the work that you are doing to addressing and bringing more people to the water. And as well, Julia, thank you. For you guys in the chat, what I posted in there is there's several different links. If you are wondering about these councils, if you want to join a council, if you want to start a new council, and even some of our councils, our student ambassadors are looking for new council members. And so with that, I put the links for you in our chat. For all three. If you're looking to start a new council and join us in these updates, every month we meet on the last Thursday of the month at 8 p.m. during our membership time. We think tank with one another and we work with one another and support. We send resources to one another when it comes to our different aquatic areas and even collaborate. I know the Adaptive and Scuba have done things together, the Wellness and Swimming Council and more have done work together to putting some of these big programs in motion, and it couldn't happen without each of our aquatic council leads. So I applaud you guys a million times over. You guys heard in these last 40 minutes all the work that is happening, and it's being led by each of those individuals you heard there, and some that you didn't get a chance to hear from because they're out there doing the work. I know Brandon's out on the river right now doing great things with rowing. Our triathlon council with Norman, he's active in that space. And so much more. So I want to give a big shout out to each of those leads in the work, because it is not easy and they would love to have help. So if you would like to join them, again, please fill out those forms that you see in the chat. I'm going to pause for a moment because I know we have an event coming up in September. Not only did you hear from Danny on the HBCU Swim Meet, but from our social chair, Bella, has some updates for you guys as members. So Bella, if you want to come on and give your updates on It Gets Better fundraiser, as well as from your side on social.
Hi, everyone. Oh, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I have an event that I have been throwing with Howard University Swimming and Dive every September for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I myself got treated at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center back in New York, and all proceeds go to pediatric cancer research. So it really hits close to home, and I'm so thankful to have Howard and Coach Nick and Coach Miriam help me put this event together. So basically what I would like to do now that I'm involved in diversity in aquatics, I know it's social media, but basically I would love to use diversity in aquatics to get more people involved in water safety and just into aquatics in general. Coach Miriam and I were discussing maybe giving out some diversity in aquatics, like towels. I think she said hats. Oh my days, I don't remember everything else, but some little merch as little prizes, because it's like a pool party swim meet event. So it's just really fun. We have Howard, swimming and diving team there. We also have Georgetown joining us again this year, their swim team. And we open it up to the public. So if anyone's in the DMV area and you guys would like to come September 21st, it's just from 1 to 3 p.m. It's going to be a very fun event, and it's getting bigger and bigger each year. This will be our, I believe, third year doing this event. So very excited about that. Yes.
Is it open to youth swimmers as well?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the end of that question.
Is it open also? Is it also open to youth swimmers, like younger
Yes.
swimmers? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Bella. We're honored to work with you and champion this and what you're doing to connect both the water and an action-based mission in supporting youth that are going through this is so important. And so we're very happy to do so and make sure more people know about it and can join and participate. I know as well with this, we're also doing a call for our membership in Colors Day. So wear your school colors. If you have them, you can send your school colors to either you can through our social with your shirt. Of course, I will be wearing my Howard University shirt and repping the HU, but each of our schools, and we love to showcase each of you and showing our back to school spirit by repping your colors. You can send also those your pictures or a video to info@diversity and aquatics, where that can be collected as well. Other things that are happening for us, you heard some of the things mentioned in from each of our councils, but I just wanted to put it up here on the board is that you can see all the different dates of everything happening. There are some fluidity to some things as we go throughout, but our big ones that are coming up, of course, are September 21st weekend is going to be a busy one with the HBCU swim meet at Coppin State. Then the 21st, it's Get Better fundraiser at Howard University. And then October 3rd and October 4th is a big weekend for us. If you'd like to be a vendor or come and participate, you'll start to see tickets for the Howard University ring ceremony and the premiere of When Everybody Swims. We're going to be putting that into the DC area. And we have a very special guest who will be part of that event. And then October 4th is Battle at the Burr. If you'd like to be a vendor and part of the event, please send us information at info@diversityandaquatics.org. And then, of course, in November, the Rise Up Summit. And then in December, our big HBCU swim meet. If you could send those pictures to us by the end of next week, we greatly appreciate it. Other things that are coming around the horn, we want to give a big, huge thank you for the events that have happened since April. Just to go back on the impact that we've been able to make at Diversity and Aquatics, and this is largely to many people that are on this call. We had the premiere of When Everyone Swims up in Maryland. And so we are so grateful for the Chegg family and what they were able to do and showcasing it up in Maryland to a large audience. Also, big shout outs to Jamal Hill in California for what he was able to do in California and showcasing the film When Everyone Swims. If you would like to showcase the film, either that one or Kathleen Dean has a short film, 15 minutes, called Wade in the Water. Please let us know and email us at info@diversityandaquatics. We're happy to share that with them as they go along. And also for us is that we are getting ready for this year. Again, we're looking to go back to Grenada. But big thank you to the crew that went down there to Grenada with us as we went and did the water safety lessons down there and more. And there's just been so much happening. And I'd like to give a big shout out to in California, we just got done with Homeboy Industries that was led by our board member and Stephanie Elam. Homeboy Industries is one of the largest CVIs, community violence intervention programs in the world. And they did water safety with that organization. And so we thank the Homeboy organization for allowing us in this space. It's a very sacred space. And so for us to be able to share the joy of aquatics with the community and with the families that were involved, I want to just say thank you to John Abdu for making that connection in that space, and Stephanie Elam with her CNN hat being able to be a part of it as well. Other things, we celebrate so much that is happening across the globe, but I want to give a chance for any shout outs from our membership, if things that they would like to share with our membership during this call before we close out the day, or if there's anything I may have missed, because there's been a lot happening in our realm. And please pay attention to our social media, because I will tell you, I'm just so proud of this organization and the people behind it, and our partners, like Making Waves Foundation, making the Zach Foundation, American Red Cross, One America, and so more, for making things happen. So I'm going to turn over to you. I see Brian put one, he had to go, but he wanted to talk about looking to expand our blueprint, our footprint in 2026, and expansion of WSI classes, if you didn't read that. And then Kurt, I'll turn over to you for our updates from members.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, cool.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm coming from very far away. So I'm down in New Zealand. My name's Kurt. I do a wide diversity of work down here with regard to some academic work, as well as practitioner in the field, and probably one of the few non-white practitioners down here outside of Maori and Pacific communities. I had the good fortune of going over to Australia for their symposium, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with some of the work that's going on this side of the world, and particularly Australia. They're quite progressive, it seems, and it was nice to go over there because it's a very inclusive atmosphere as well. So I presented on the academic side in their plenary on race, the floating signifier, and race in aquatics. 10-minute presentation, but put it on the map as such. And it was interesting. Tessa Clemens from CDC was there as well. And I did have a chat with her afterwards. She very much recognizes you guys and was really interested in the race part of what I presented. She wasn't at the presentation, but it was really good to hear her presentation, especially with some of the comms coming out of the States at the moment. Without getting into detail, it was very refreshing. It sounds like there's some positive moves there, and you guys were mentioning that there was CDC funding coming out. And want to kind of lift up a couple of the programs that are going on over in Australia that I feel are some up and coming benchmarks. Splash of Color, which is an independent entrepreneur who has started working with pools to bring people of color and cultural and linguistic diversity to swim lessons, and kind of mediating that space of culture so that there's more protection for the people coming in, which is great. Aqua English, which is doing some amazing work, and they're actually upskilling former refugees and immigrants to become pool managers so that they can actually front what's going on at the pool. And a program called Swim Bros, excuse me, which is started from an Islamic perspective and is actually providing culturally appropriate swim lessons for both men and women in the pool. I just feel like there's a lot of examples that might be able to connect across the oceans at this point. So I just kind of want to put that out there. And probably the last thing I'll mention is there was a question about decolonization in the room, which was the first time I've heard that at an aquatic conference. And it definitely caused a little bit of a stir. I was audible in my little laugh on that one, but I immediately recorded it. And so there is movement of these conversations coming. And probably last thing I'll mention is kind of following up with you guys, Thaddeus, your work down in Grenada, because with the Grenadines being my home and my aquatic home, I have a keen interest in that, and it's going to be a core part of my thesis as well. So I'm here, and if anybody wants to join one of the Aquatic Jedi series talks that I do online, please let me know. No requirements, and when I film it, there's no requirement to publish. So it's just a conversation, and if you want to share it, we share it. If you don't, you don't. So it's secure in that way, but it's an attempt to try and get some conversations going across the ocean. So that's pretty much me, but I can send you more information on some of the stuff going on in Australia if you like. Happy to share my address in the chat, and thanks everybody.
Thank you so much, Kurt, for that update. Anybody else would like to give an update?
Hi, I'm Tanika Sands Hendricks. I am the founder of My Own Lane Aquatics in New York. And I have an event coming on the 7th of September. I'm calling it Splash Bash. It's a water safety clinic. We will have a CPR demonstration, and then we'll have someone come in and speak about hair and being in the pool, because that's a major thing for us. And then we will have an in-water clinic, and it's a free event in New York. I did just share the flyer with you on info at Diversity in Aquatics. So I just shared the flyer with you. But yeah, it's a free event. I'm hoping that everyone comes. Yes, Danny, I am your teammate. Danny's sister is like my best friend. So yeah, this is it's something that's close to my heart. It's the second free event that I've been able to do. I did a April Fool's Day event in April. So my goal was to do 2 this year. So I'm meeting my goal. And hopefully I can do more in the future. I did win a grant from Step Into Swim. So they are sponsoring Step Into Swim and the Stewie Leonard III Foundation. They are sponsoring this event because I was able to win the grant through them. So, yep, that's what I have going on. I do have some lessons starting on the 14th at Adelphi University. That's where I'm able to get pool space, and hopefully I'm able to get pool space in 2 other locations coming soon. So I will let you know when that happens.
Kudos, and we're cheering you on, and we'll be sure to share it in our newsletter. Your event. Kudos, congratulations, and good luck. Come on, New York, coming through. So thank you for sharing that. Anybody else would like to share?
I just want to let Tanika know I'm originally from the Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm connected to swimming in New York City at the schools through Olga Perez and MVP swimmers and MVP lifeguards. Yeah. So,
that's amazing. I am a water safety instructor, trainer, and a lifeguard instructor. So I am looking to get into the schools. I do have one connection, and I'm hoping that it pans out so that I'm able to teach those classes and teach swim lessons as well. So I'm hoping that it pans out.
Okay, good luck to you. But let me know if you need any help or how I can help, maybe. Don't know if I can, but let me know.
Yes, absolutely. Keep us informed. There's a big network in New York, and largely in part, Thaddeus has collected us. There's Janice Saunders also in New York, who's a coach, and could be a great resource for you. So we'll make sure to check it through info at Diversity in Aquatics and connect you to Thaddeus and folks to get things in.
Thank you so much.
Other things I would like to share, our partners, Safe Kids Worldwide is doing an amazing event called PrevCon. Their conference is coming up October 15th through 18th. If you haven't yet been aware of Safe Kids Worldwide, they're one of the largest organizations that's on public safety, especially when it comes to kids. One of their large initiatives not only is drowning prevention and water safety, but they do everything when it comes to safety, going to and from the pool. So that means your car seats, your bike safety, your health, being in heat, all those things is a part of what they are doing. And so they'll be here in the DC area at the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center and National Harbor in Maryland. Excuse me. So please be sure to look out for that. And my last thing I'd like to give a share for, which I know Thaddeus is going to, as well as Dr. Anderson, and just sharing with each of you, the World Drowning World Conference on Drowning Prevention is happening in Egypt, in Sharm Sheikh, and beautiful area. Some of the best scubbing. I know Anesti could attest to it. Best scubbing in the world, because you're in the Red Ocean. Red Sea. Good Lord. It's late, y'all, on the East Coast. The Red Sea, and beautiful area, but great conference that is going to be talking about water safety in that area. Thaddeus, I've got a list of places you need to go to when you're out there.
Well, I gotta get some more funds to make that trip. Right now, that trip is on hold because of funding.
Yeah, it's an expensive venture.
Yeah.
But just wanted to let everybody know that as well. And my last thing I want to let you know of course, the National Water Safety Action Plan is out. If you have not yet, please be aware of the National Water Safety Action Plan. They've got different items about the plan that talks about what needs to be done for water safety. We want to make sure to share that with you because this is an initiative that took a lot of legwork by many people on this call were part of it, but to say it's a resource for you when it comes to water safety. So if you haven't yet, please make sure to take a look at the National Water Safety Action Plan, which is located here. All right. Well, with that, yes, us too, Kurt, we've got to run as well. I want to wish you all a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. Please take care of yourselves. As we started our call with wellness, we want to end it with wellness and wishing you and your family a safe, long holiday weekend for those who are here in the U.S. Thank you all so much for joining us for our membership meeting. We will see you in the next quarter. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Lynch and Dr. Beal. And
Did you really just